Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Wholistic Me podcast, a journey to finding wellness within. Today we're talking about non-insertive acupuncture for those of you who are maybe afraid of needles. Let's get into it. This is episode 33, and I am your host, Yesika Bravo. I'm a licensed acupuncturist, Reiki master teacher, and intuitive holistic healer. So happy you're here. Today we're continuing the conversation on acupuncture. For those of you that might be afraid of needles, right? The last episode, if you missed it, I'll provide the link for you to check it out, is all about whether or not acupuncture hurts and what you might feel. I shared a little bit of information at the end of that video on the fact that we do have ways or alternatives to doing acupuncture or performing acupuncture without actually using acupuncture needles, all right? And so what I want to cover today is what that looks like, what tools I would be using, and what you might experience in this alternative form of acupuncture. So I thought I'd share with you all a few of the tools that I use in my own practice. And one of the techniques or styles that I use in my office is called shakuju therapy. And it's a Japanese style treatment approach, all right? And we have specific tools that we use for that. This is a standard patient. And so as you see, there's a handle portion, and then there is kind of the tool portion that would go on the surface of the skin. So this is something that I would use in place of acupuncture needles. There are specific protocols to a shakuju therapy style treatment, but sometimes I even use this in conjunction with regular acupuncture when someone is more sensitive on certain areas of their body. And I simply use this almost like an acupressure, energetic acupressure tool, and I place it on the points as necessary. So for example, I have a patient who happens to be very sensitive on the front side of her body. So I would use this tool on the front side of her body on the points that I wanted to use for her treatment specifically. And then once I finish going through each of those points, when she rolled over for the back portion of her treatment, I would then be able to use a standard acupuncture needle treatment style with her because she was less sensitive on her back and able to do the acupuncture that way, and also have her time of relaxing in the room while the needles were in place for that period of time. So really simple approach to just changing up the standard acupuncture style treatment that is done, all right, for my practice personally. By the way, if you're finding value in this information, if this is really helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up as I build this content and information center for you through this channel and through this podcast. I truly appreciate your support. And if you haven't, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when I put out new information and new content. Now, there are other tools, and let me just say, this is something that I also do for my pediatric patients. Okay, this is a Shonishin. These are Shonishin tools as well that I use, which is for children and in treating children's conditions. And so most kids, really just needles in general, don't necessarily cause a positive reaction, but also kids don't typically stay still very long for acupuncture insertions. And it's not to say that kids can't have acupuncture needles, it's just a more practical approach or style, and I have great results when working with kids in this way, and they actually enjoy it and look forward to it. So I have some really fun tools that I use with kids specifically, and it's very similar as far as the purpose of the tools are concerned. So for example, I have this fun fish tool. Hopefully you can make that out clearly, but it has the same kind of like dull point that I would use on the surface of the skin. It also has, this is a multi-tool, it also has a flat fin here in the back, which is similar to what I would use this tool for for an adult, okay, which is a more of a channel scraping tool, right? And so we would use this in the same way. And then it has these little kind of ridges here at the top, which is the same thing to create a different sort of stimulation across the channel or point, similar to this tool, which is also, it's almost like a little rake, okay? And then I have other tools such as this engine, which is a larger tip tool, right? A more dispersed energy type of tool, larger rounded surface area. And then I have a roller tool, which again is used to create a different sort of stimulation across the channel or area of the point. And this is another little multi-tool with a mini roller on it and a dull tip as well. So this is one I commonly use with kids, but probably the one I use the most because I can just easily switch between sides. And then the fish is sort of like the introductory tool. Typically we'll lay a few of these out in front of the child on the table and allow them to select the tool that they like the most, right? And I'll start out with that. And as we kind of progress through treatment sessions, then often they will join me in playing with these tools. So I make it really fun and playful in that sense. And so what I do is, let's say I have a few of these tools out, which typically I'll have most of them, right? I'll lay them out on the table and they're usually either really attracted to the fish or to the roller. So while they are busy using either one of those on themselves, kind of copying me in a way based on what I've done in the past, which is really always fascinating and really lovely to watch, I will then use this tool on other areas that I want to work on myself on them. So usually they're sitting upright, or they might lay on their tummy, propped up on their elbows, or lay on their back with a wedge behind their back, so they're almost, you know, in a semi-seated position. They can see everything that's going on, and they're playing with the other tool, or you know, putting it on their arm or on their leg and having fun in that way. So it's very interactive and enjoyable for them, and they actually look forward to it. Uh, at least all of my pediatric patients do. I just want to take a quick second to remind you, if you haven't checked it out already, I have a Wellness Within deck. It's the Anxiety and Stress Edition, available to order. I have a special giveaway going on right now. I covered it in last week's Wellness Wednesday. All of the rules to enter to win your free copy. And this, if you've been looking for a tool to enhance your self-care practice, or actually just even create a wellness routine for yourself from scratch, you don't know where to begin, this is the perfect place to start. It outlines perfectly how to use this deck, how to use these cards, and create a self-care tool. I have several videos now that I've made where you can watch me go through a whole routine, and you can do this in as little as 5 minutes, or create a longer routine depending on how much you want to do and how long you want to spend on each card. And so this is based on the 8 branches of classical Chinese medicine. So it covers things such as meditation, nutrition, movement, body work, acupressure. It's all in here. All right. So I'm hoping that you'll check this out and check out the giveaway, as well as the special discount that I have linked down below in the description. You can buy one, get one 20% off, so that you can share this with a loved one who also could use some self-care and self-love in their life right now. All right, so let's get back to the tools. Then we have other tools such as this, which is a Monica hammer, which is used for tapping on the surface of the area, as well as creating some vibration or percussiveness through the point. And it's very soothing and relaxing to the area. So if there's injury to the area, this is a nice subtle technique. as well as a good way to also stimulate the points in a different way. So I will often do this for digestive concerns as well, or back pain, things like that, joint pain, and incorporate all of this in different ways specialized to the individual. So whether it's a child or an adult, I have all of these tools at my disposal. Then we also have your standard acupressure type tools. So whether I'm using my hands, my fingers, my knuckles, whatever the case might be, or a specialized tool like this, which is actually a very simple tool that just has rounded ends on either side, right? A smaller end for smaller areas or a larger end for larger areas, and using that to apply pressure to the points. Okay, so depending on the desired outcome or depending on the treatment approach being taken for each individual, I select my tools. And I have this wide range of tools because everybody is so unique and so different in their own way, regardless if they have a similar situation or health concern as somebody else. Overall, their story, their whole story, because we really truly look at the whole picture when we're creating our treatment plans, is unique to them. Yes, I may have patient A and patient B both coming in for migraines, or both coming in for frontal headaches, or both coming in for shoulder pain, but their whole history, their whole lifestyle, their bigger picture of who they are as an individual determines the approach or the direction that I'm going to take for their treatment so that they have the best results possible. And so I really enjoy the fact that as an acupuncturist, I have a vast number of tools. And this is just tools for stimulating points. There's other tools that we use as well for body work and other forms of treatment that are all part of our treatment plans. So it's really exciting to be able to have this wide set of tools to allow you to have the best experience possible. So what I want to know is, what is your experience with acupuncture? Have you had acupuncture in the past? Have you had these alternative treatment styles performed when you've gone to see an acupuncturist or a Chinese medicine provider? What is your experience? I'm curious. I really want to know. And I want to know more about what you would like to learn or hear about as far as Chinese medicine, acupuncture, acupressure is concerned. Do you have any specific topics that you'd like me to address? I would love to answer your questions and gear this information towards your interests so that you have all of the information you need at your fingertips here in order to make the best decisions possible as far as your health and wellness are concerned. I invite you to let me know down in the comments and also connect with me on social media. All the links are in the description below so that you can connect with me either on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. And I really look forward to hearing from you so that I can connect and grow this community, because you guys are all amazing, and I'm so happy that you are taking steps every day to take care of you in some way. Remember, that which you can do for yourself is so much more powerful than anyone else can do for you. And just by you being here and taking one step closer towards creating a healthier version of you, you are on your way and you are making big strides. So I'm proud of you. If you found this valuable, don't forget to give this a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and click the notification bells so you know when new information is available to you. I look forward to seeing you on our live Wellness Wednesday, this Wednesday coming up at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will catch you all next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay well, my friends.